Hey everybody, welcome to Rockin' Ron's Kitchen. I'm here with this guy. Oh, he just flew away. Poppy's here with me. We're going to do some roasting today. We're going to roast potatoes and Brussels sprouts. I have 3 potatoes here. We're going to put some salt on there with 4 cloves of garlic, and then we're going to toss that in olive oil. We'll get the potatoes started first because they take about 45 minutes in the oven. The Brussels sprouts, we're going to roast those as well. They take about a half hour in the oven. So if we get started on these, we'll put them in the oven. I've got my oven set on 400 degrees, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got my garlic peeled. That's ready to go. And oh, I forgot one of the most important ingredients for the roasted potatoes. Come on with me outside. Okay, so we're outside in my front yard. I've got in my flower garden here my little stash of fresh rosemary. So we're doing 3 potatoes. So why don't we do about that much rosemary. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the potatoes into wedges. Cut them in half, and we'll quarter them. And I think we're going to cut them into 1/8 because these are relatively large potatoes. These potatoes have been rinsed, of course. Okay, so we've got our potatoes cut into wedges. The next thing I'm going to do is press the 4 cloves of garlic into the potatoes. Shh! Don't mind the bird. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay, so let me just stop for a minute because Poppy loves garlic. So usually when I work with garlic, I always take a little sliver and I give it to the bird because he loves, well, maybe not today. You want to try it again? Huh? Never mind. Next, I'm going to sprinkle it liberally with salt. Okay, so now we have our rosemary. You just pull the little leaves right off the stem, just like that. Chop this up. There is a difference between fresh rosemary out of your garden and the stuff you would buy in the store. Smell the aroma, it smells really good. I'm going to get that into a nice minced state there. Okay, so we've got the salt, the garlic, and the rosemary in there, in the potatoes. We're not going to put the oil in yet because if you put the oil in now, that seals the potato, and the salt, garlic, and rosemary won't soak into the potato. So we're going to toss this up like so. Make sure you get that garlic in there good. Alright, the salt, garlic, and rosemary are tossed in the potatoes there. They've been allowed to soak in for a few minutes. Now we're going to drizzle the whole thing with some olive oil. We'll give it another toss. Alright, I've got a lined cookie sheet here that I've lined with tin foil. In the first video that I did, I said don't worry, you know, if you get some baked on stuff on these aluminum pans, but trust me, it's easier to line them with aluminum foil, much easier to clean up. So we're going to put the potatoes on the cookie sheet here, but we're going to arrange them standing up on the skins, because the skins are actually a natural non-stick surface, if you want to call it. So this allows the top portion of the potato to roast nicely. You don't have to worry about getting in the oven and tossing them around, because the skin won't stick to the tin foil. Get them lined up really nice. Not too crowded, you know, a little bit of space in between. And we're going to leave this area of our cookie sheet open, and after we prepare the Brussels sprouts, we'll put those in about 15 minutes into the cooking of the potatoes. So into the oven, a 400-degree oven, our potatoes go, and now we'll get started on the Brussels sprouts. Alright, so we're not even going to bother rinsing out this bowl. It's got some garlic in there, a little bit of olive oil, some salt, and now we're going to prepare the Brussels sprouts. Real easy. Cut the stem off, cut the Brussels sprout in half, put it in the pan, in the bowl. If any of the leaves fall off, just throw them in there with it. So we've got the Brussels sprouts, we cut the stems off and we cut them lengthwise. We're going to drizzle those with olive oil. Salt. I use kosher salt. And some pepper. Toss that up. Alright, so the roasted potatoes have been in the oven for about 15 minutes. We're going to take the Brussels sprouts and put it on the end here. We'll spread them out. And the whole thing goes back in the oven for about a half hour, and everything should be done at that point. By the way, I want to do a quick shout out to the Rockin Daily All Request Saturday Night UK fan page. There's about 80 members, and they love the show, and I hope they love the cooking videos as well. Back in the oven for a half an hour.
What happened to your foot? Where's your foot? You have a foot missing. Huh? Where is your foot?
Okay, it's been about a half hour since we put the Brussels sprouts in with the roasted potatoes. Let's see how we made out. Look at that. Alright, looks like our Brussels sprouts are pretty well done. The roasted potatoes are a little bit on the light side. I imagine if you wanted to, you could put those in there a little longer, but I think they're going to be fine just the way they are. Roasted potatoes and roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy!